And so basically, this person's beefing me, like trying to get me to fight them. I'm just like, no, like, this is the wrong night, bro. Like, and the funniest thing is this person, I hadn't seen them in like 8 years, whatever it had been. Um, Actually, no, it had been like 3, 4 years, but it had been a fucking fat minute. And literally open the door and give this person the fucking warmest welcome. Um, like, honestly, like, yeah, it was a super warm fucking welcome. Um, and like almost so warm that it might have sounded like a little bit fake, but it's like, you gotta play the game, whatever. And so, give this kid way too warm of a fucking welcome. And then he was caught off guard because he just wanted to fucking beef me and just create some shit. And so he like didn't know how to respond. Like he was already gonna be a fucking dick to me, a bitch. And so boom, does that, and then literally like 10 minutes later, I'm talking to this chick. Like we're both sitting on the counter, like on the in the kitchen counter, just like flirting, like it's lit. Like I was dancing on this fucking counter, like fucking maybe a few minutes prior, like it was live. And this kid fucking grabs me by the fucking shirt and just starts to press me. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I said hi to you, bro. Like, are you like okay? Like, whack shit. And basically, end up like having to like square up with this dude in the party. And I was like, if you're gonna fucking grab me and shit like that, like, let's fucking go. Like, I'm not gonna let anyone fucking bitch me. And basically, he fucking backs down. He's a bitch. He's such a pussy. Literally, whenever he tries to like press me and fight me, and then doesn't even fucking swing, doesn't even do shit. Literally has to go talk to like some chicks in the corner, to like give him more confidence to fight me. And so just like loser shit. Like honestly, can't occupy your mind. But the important lesson is this kid was trying to pick a fight, and I was way too nice about it, which is like lesson to never be too fucking nice to people because they'll take that like they'll take advantage of you and think that they can get away with anything. And so basically it was just like literally should have popped this motherfucker like as soon as he like threw any shade on my name. Um just keeps pressing more, and I'm just chilling. I'm just not having a good time at the party anymore. And so I was here with like 4 or 5 people, like half like the crew that I was with just dipped to the truck, even though, and keep in mind, this dude's like way bigger than me, like fucking huge. And basically just leaves to the truck, even though I'm getting like pressed. Like, this is starting to get like a serious issue. And so as I'm leaving, uh, I'm with like the one homie that like had my fucking back. And this kid just like he keeps lying, saying like he just wants to talk to me, and then it's like he clearly wants to fucking fight. And so I'm trying to like de-escalate, just like keep the situation like mellow, because he's clearly like on some shit or like insanely like blackout drunk. And I'm maybe like a couple drinks deep, like never fucking around like that. And honestly, I'm thinking about hitting the just ripping a alcohol free like lifestyle, so I'll probably quit drinking completely. But yeah, it was basically just uh not in his correct head, or maybe he's mentally ill now. Who knows? But literally going out, and he tries to like literally murder me, like shove me, and like beat me the fuck up. And so, you know, the homie that I was with, luckily, as soon as he shoved me and like I hit my back, he knew what was up. Like he was like, I gotta fucking protect the homie, protect the G. Um, and we ended up just lighting this kid absolutely the fuck up. Um, because he was obviously trying to like put some serious damage on me, and he came at me, and so you know, but basically the lesson is like I could have completely avoided that. I could have just been on my grinds and not even put myself in that situation. And that's like, boom. Yeah, I don't have a fucking crazy story about almost dying at a party. But it's like, at some point, you gotta like look at yourself in the mirror and you gotta decide who you wanna be. And so basically, the lesson is like keep good friends around you, because the friend that I was with, the other people split up, and like he protected me. And that's just also like a crazy story, because this kid definitely could have fucking murdered me if he wanted to, and he definitely did. And luckily, like I'm a fucking good fighter and shit like that, so I can light up pretty much anyone. But yeah, it's important to have good friends around you, and you know, I'll just always have this person's back, and he'll always have my back too. And so that's important to just like set precedents like that, keep friends around like that, and it's tough in these streets, and so don't fucking just don't fuck around with just dumb situations. And also, like, I had 2 other people split off on that shit, and so yeah, just keep good people around you, and that will basically allow you to progress at a faster rate and just have more stability, because yeah, basically, like, even though I ended up fucking this kid up, it could have been like a lot worse. Like, I could have been like severely injured, and so yeah, make smart decisions and keep the right people around you, and yeah, you know, it's good to keep your head on a swivel sometimes. Obviously, don't live in fucking fear, but you know, it's good to be aware about what's going on around you, and like actually be in the know rather than to be surprised about what's going on. Okay, so how to set your 20s for success rather than mediocrity. All right. So this is gonna be like kind of like a funny time in the podcast, where we can just like talk about like women. It is July 21st, 2024, and like, man, the game for women has been spicy. Used to be fun to go out and get girls. It's a tough market out there now. Yeah, and that's all I'm gonna say is it's a tough market out there right now. And so we are actually dedicating our 20s to doing something a little bit more than chasing chicks. You know, we had some fun in our teens, but, you know, I'm already fucking 22. I feel like old as fuck. Oh, shit. Literally dropped my joint. I feel old as fuck. And I don't have time to mess around with hoes anymore, or like just these type females in general, because like the overall vibe of like girls these days is like, it's definitely, you have to have a particular taste to like really be interested in the types of values and the types of culture that's being I would say encouraged. I mean, it's not as bad as it used to. We're coming into a refractory period where women are kind of starting to realize that like OnlyFans and like all that shit is toxic. But for a little while, like the whole like female empowerment, like, you know, show your body, like all that stuff, like it just really fucked up like the system, and like, yeah, the game kind of got a little bit um yeah, whack. I'm not gonna really speak too much more on it, but like basically, we went through a period where a lot of women got insanely ran through and overvalued on the market, and so now we're in a period of like kind of recession where the market's correcting uh, itself in terms of like high value women, and basically, it's gonna be a little bit before we get to like that period of like there's really really like solid like cool girls to be friends with, and um like girls start to have personalities again and like have like their own interests, but until we get to that point, I'm just chilling. I'm working on businesses, I'm traveling, I'm growing the bank account. I got a lot of other shit that I'm doing on the side end, and I just like um I need like to have like a free thinking mind, and so it's an interesting period, and all I can say is like to my brothers, like I mean, I'm not gonna like put this shit lightly. Like I've slept with a decent amount of tens. Um yeah, I would get hung up on them. And it would like take me a lot longer to level up. And so now like I just realized like women have been, I'm like no shade on you guys because men have uh I'm not gonna talk bad on men. We're doing decent. You guys were given the keys to the kingdom, which is like boom. That's pretty crazy. And then yeah, men basically had some shit to deal with, and so now we're coming out of that period, and men are taking back their power. Um, and it's hard. It's a hard time. I'm not gonna blame men or women. I'm just talking shit on like girls my age, like uh, and like I was super picky with girls like before, and like super good with networking, like with like shit hand. I was building the fucking house earlier, but I was really good with networking when I was like younger and shit like that, with these girls, and so I had like a decently solid amount of options. But now, like a days, it's just like, yeah, it's hard to find like good women, and like I'm not gonna lie, like women have had a lot of opportunities and have done some stupid shit, and so yeah, I'm not gonna speak on it anymore. Other than that, like me as a guy, like I'm super looking forward to after like having great success in like the dating game and just with like women. Like shouts to all like the fucking baddies that like looked out for me. You know who you are, and so um yeah, it's just a different time to be alive, and I think that people are doing a lot of healing, and I'm just looking forward to like the next generation of like chicks that like comes out after like the I guess like TikTok addicted and like social media validating um generation, because I think for guys like I mean guys just use like Instagram to like flex and like network and shit like that. But like the spiritual kind of shit that like just takes a toll on you, and you're just like catching all these bodies and shit like that, and fucking posting super like I don't know, gross things on Instagram, and like super out there posts on Instagram rather than like keeping it back a little bit, like giving us something to I guess like look forward to, or like a little bit of mystery in the shit is just like so important to me, and I just don't see it out of any like these girls on or off the streets. And so yeah, I'm just ready for the next generation of females to level up, and I'm super backing you guys. Shouts to you guys, and super thankful for just women in general, because you guys have it hard just like us guys. And yeah, I mean, we're us as like a male population are gonna do better about just taking care of you guys and addressing some of like the little things that you guys want us to do. And so I think it would be fair for you guys to address some of your behavior, because it's like two rights don't make a wrong, and so let's do this shit right. It's not just the guys, it's not just the girls, it's like um yeah uh because look at it this way: if one generation is like way more powerful or out of balance than the other, like look at this shit, and then it's like the job's not getting done, like the other side's getting fucking plowed over. That's not fair to the person getting plowed over, and that's not fair to the person doing the plowing. There you go. So it's like it's never gonna be like this. Maybe it will be. Not anytime soon. It shouldn't be like this either. So I think that's a fucking awesome note to end the podcast on. And just remember, there's always two sides to an equation. Peace out.